Good morning.
Just wanted to make sure I could hear. Skip, if you could unmute all the commissioners. And you can mute everybody else. We got a couple of minutes and then we'll get started.
Hello.
Darren, are you on?
I am, buddy. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can. I just want to make sure.
Good deal.
Brian, I'm on by phone.
Okay. Nathan, are you on? What's up, Mary Bray?
Nothing much, Brian Threadgill.
Mr. Buster, is your number 9055?
That is correct, sir.
All right, thank you.
I am watching the display on my computer, but I have no way to talk unless I use this phone.
All right, looks like it's 9 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started. I'll call this meeting to order. If you all will stand for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance, and Commissioner Hadley, if you would do the invocation. Did she disappear? Huh.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay, let's start over.
Yes, ma'am.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for another day that you've given us. We thank you that we have the opportunity to come together to take care of the business of the county, albeit in a very different way during these times. Just be with us as we go through the meeting, guide and direct our thoughts, our actions, and our words, that we'll do what is in the best interest of those who live here, and of course, according to your will. Be with everyone through this holiday season and keep everyone safe. And we pray these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so we'll move to the next item on the agenda, and that is to adopt the agenda. Do we have any additions or subtractions that anyone needs to place? Hearing none, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
All right. Commissioner Hadley, motion, and Commissioner Bray, second. All in favor, Commissioner Hadley?
Yay.
Commissioner Bray?
Yay.
Commissioner Hines? You're on mute, Shirley. Skip, unmute Shirley. Commissioner McCoy,
Yay.
Commissioner Hines,
Yay.
motion carries. Thank you. Next item are the minutes from the November 24, 2020 regular meeting. Have you all had time to read over these, and are there any changes needed? Hearing none, do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion to
I make-
accept.
Okay, Commissioner McCoy, do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Hines? All in favor, Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner McCoy?
Yay.
Commissioner Hadley?
I'll abstain because I was not present for the meeting.
Okay. Commissioner Bray?
Yay.
And myself, yay. All, the motion carries. Next item, municipal comments. I don't see any cities on, so we will skip over that. Constitutional officers. I do not see any department heads not doing. No need for public hearing. So we will move to item number 8, unfinished business, discussion of LMIG, and we'll turn that over to Mr. Gay.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Hope y'all doing well. At the last meeting, we had provided you guys with some information on a couple different options on the 2021 LMIG, and we need to turn this in here right away if we can. There was option 1, option 2. Option 1 included a 1 mile of Lucasville Road, which we all understand is a very serious need of being reworked. And then it included Mount Carmel, Graham, Imlac, Lake Drive, Spring Street, Summer Lane, Gold Street, Fowler Street, and Mount Hope Road, which brought us up to our project in terms of dollar value. Option 2 was simply Lucasville Road, and if we dedicated all of the big to Lucasville Road as the only project, we'd end up with about 2.5 miles of Lucasville Road. My recommendation would be to look at option 1, and then we do plan on going back and meeting with GDOT to see if they could bring us some. Beverly can't hear the meeting. Can't hear the meeting now. I got a text on that. So Skip may need to unmute Beverly or do something. But anyway,
down there to see what's going.
Okay. My recommendation is to take option 1. That will give us part of Lucasville Road and also some additional projects. And it'll also give us an opportunity to go to GDOT, because I really think with Lucasville Road being a road that connects 3 state routes, and GDOT would be more than willing to help us with that. So considering that, we may be able to come back and add Lucasville Road as an extension to this project. But I'd like to try to seek some dollars from GDOT before we add the rest of that project. So my recommendation would be to let's look at option 1, and we'll submit that to GDOT for our 2021 big program.
So because we need to move on this, we need to go ahead and vote on this today, correct?
Yes, we need to go ahead, because what we have to do is we got to turn this in to GDOT. Now, you have some flexibility in changing those once you get it turned in, but we really need to do dollar amounts and everything that we need to get to them to be able to process and get us our big contribution. We'd like to get that early spring. We're going to go ahead as soon as the weather breaks and let these roads for work.
Right. I just got a text from Beverly asking to stop the meeting because I can't hear it, but it's being recorded, so we're not going to stop the meeting.
Okay. I think it's going over to the
Right.
stakeholders. Okay.
So it is being recorded via Zoom, so it can be listened to during that. Is that okay, Nathan?
He's muted.
Yeah,
All right, can you hear me now?
I can.
I'll keep it on mute because they say it works better.
Right.
Yeah, the only thing, I mean, anybody can take minutes, but yeah, that's fine. That as long as it records, really all it has to have is the motion, the second, and I would suggest more than that. And Beverly does a very good job of putting more than that in there. But
Right.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And she may want to try getting on her phone. I know the other day, I mean, last Wednesday I gave a presentation to 500 people over Zoom with no problem. And then Friday I couldn't get on a conference call on Zoom, and I was able to get on my phone. So if that helps Beverly at all,
Okay.
I certainly share her frustrations with technology.
Me and you both, but I did text her and tell her. I just wanted to make sure that.
No,
since
you're
it is
legal.
recorded.
As long as the public can watch, it's legal.
Okay. Thank you, Nate.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, hearing the recommendations on LMIG, do we have a motion to accept the recommendation from Mr. Gay on option number 1?
So move.
All right, Commissioner Bray, do I have a second? What was
I
that?
second it. I second it, Brian.
Okay. I thought you would have jumped on it in your district.
Well, it's
All
not
right.
all in my district. I do have a question before we finish that motion. I meant to ask
Okay.
Dan.
Too.
Is that finishing off where we stopped off, Mr. Gay?
This is 1
Luke-
mile. Sure. This is
I know.
1 mile. Hold on just a minute. Let me pull my aerial photograph from that, okay?
No, I'm asking, we've already done a portion of Luthersville Road? Is it
Right.
starting from that point that we stopped?
No, that point that we stopped is still in the city limits.
Okay,
And that would not be, but we will work with the city to see if they would like to also participate with us, because it would be great to be able to start. The option 1 begins at the city limit side and runs out past the first road. It's not that far, believe me. Option 2, which was the 2 miles, which is only what we would like to do, we'll begin at the city limits and go out past the subdivision there that we've been working on that has the undeveloped lots. It will go past that. Only way to going out about 2/3 of the way to Rocky Mountain.
thank you.
Crossroads.
Uh,
Yes,
uh,
I'm sorry, I'm confused. So option 1, I thought it was to do part of Lutherville Road and other roads, or is that option 2?
That's option 1, Miss Mary, is to do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to seek some GDOT funding, which will be easier to deal with from Luthersville Road to maybe pick up the additional mileage on the Luthersville Road.
Okay, just want to confirm that.
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
If you look at option 1, that totals about 7 miles. I didn't add it exactly. Now, is the reason that we could only do 2.5 miles if we did option 2 is because of the condition of Luthersville Road?
Correct.
No, that's really just because of the funding amount. We were trying to hit somewhere in the 1.25. We could add some additional roads, or we could add a little bit of extra distance to Luthersville Road to come up to the 1.25. We ended up with a little bit less money this year, as did everybody in LMIG. And what we were trying to do is to hit where we would be once we added our 30%. But we could add a couple more roads to this. In fact, I did check on some striping of some roads, and I know we've got the request like for Judson Bullock. We'll either look at adding it to our current program in terms of striping, or we could add it to this as a striping project. But we should be able to pick up a couple more of the smaller roads or extend Luthersville Road to be able to come back up to about the 1.25.
Okay, well, maybe I'm not understanding. If we went with option 2, we would be
Right.
doing only 2.5 miles of Luthersville Road, no other paving.
No other paving, that's right.
So what I'm asking, if 7 miles is going to cost a little over $1 million and 2.5 miles is going to cost 1.25 million, I was just asking about the difference there. I mean, how are we getting 7 miles for a little over $1 million or only 2.5
Okay.
for 1.25? And what I was asking is that the condition of Luthersville Road that would cause them to
Yes,
cost
and
so much?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question. The reason for that is in option one, all of the roads except for Luthersville Road are eligible for to be able to have just regular resurfacing.
Okay.
Luthersville Road itself is a scenario where it's going to have, just like we did in the city, it's going to have a full depth reclamation procedure done.
Okay.
In order that could, we can repair that road, because it has to be repaired almost from the ground up, like you build a new road.
Okay, I understand now. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other commissioners?
No, Beth pretty well covered my question too.
All right. So we have a motion and a second to accept recommendation from Mr. Gay on option one. So Commissioner Bray, yay or nay?
Yay.
Commissioner Hines, yay or nay?
Yay, yay.
Commissioner Hadden,
Yay.
Commissioner McCoy,
I'll go with a yay.
and myself, yay. So motion carries 5 yays. All right, next item under unfinished business is update on Greenville Fire Station. Mr. Gay?
Yes, sir. Don't really have a whole lot more to report on the Greenville Fire Station location. We are proceeding with trying to get a survey, and then we'll have some soil testing done and have it ready to go, and we'll bring a layout plan. We're just really at this point kind of waiting on the surveyor to be able to get that track taken care of for us. So we're actually, we're probably going to survey the entire tract of land. We'll be using only a portion of it for the fire department, but at least we'll already have our boundaries, and we'll know exactly how much remains in the balance of that tract.
So no action really needed.
No action really needing. Hoping by maybe the next meeting, give you guys an update on where the the surveyor stands.
Okay.
But we
So
are
do we
proceeding further. We've
do
talked
we
with
need
the
to table
contractor.
it? Do we need to table this?
Yeah, it was just supposed to be a report anyway.
Okay. Well, if it's just a report, then we'll receive that report. Any commissioners have any questions? All right. So we don't need to take vote on that. It'll just appear on the next one because it's just a discussion.
Right.
All right. So we'll move on to next item on the agenda, which is new business. And first item is recommendations from the Recreation Advisory Board. I'm not sure who's doing this presentation.
All right, I can do it. You did receive the recommendation, and it's from the board. So in discussion, as it read, I'm sure all you all got a copy. It said to hire a recreation director. The director will plan, organize, and direct the operational fitness program activities and service of the Meriwether County. The recreation director will work along with the current Manchester Meriwether County Director, Vic Dow, for active athletic recreation programs, which include but not limited to football, baseball, softball, kickball, etc. And then the recreation director will also oversee the recreational programs such as social program for seniors, youth, and young adult. Social program would include but not limited to things such as reading, line dancing, art and craft, aerobics, yoga, summer camp, etc. The recreation director will also oversee the county garden project. The Recreation Director will devise a community outreach program to promote awareness, find volunteers, and organize events that benefit the recreation. He or she will work directly with the members of the community to educate people and explain the importance of a particular cause and event. And also included a job description of what that would look like. So those was the recommendation that the board came up with.
And I thank you for that. My personal opinion is that I do appreciate those recommendations. I do think we're moving in the right direction after all these years finally, but I would like to have personally a work session to sit down and discuss it before just making a decision today. That's me personally. I'd like to hear from the other commissioners as well.
I like the direction it's going. I had expressed an opinion some time ago that focusing on areas outside of athletics, I thought would be a good idea. I think we will have to have some discussion about where these, where the funds would come from if we did a director, or what that would look like, since we've already started into a new budget. But I think it would just be a matter of trying to have some discussion about it and plan as to, where it would come from.
I have a question, Mr. Gay, and maybe you can answer it. The funds that's in the contract that calls for a director or someone to work with it, would that not be where the funds would come from? The $30,000? A question.
Yeah, what we've been doing with that is to providing that to, if we did not have the position in place, we're required to pay that toward Manchester. So if you put someone in place, you could go back and utilize that $30,000 for salary.
I do want to comment. I thank the board for putting this proposal together. Definitely have something in writing. It was very well put together. Since the budget initially had a director in there, and it was restated that in the event that you didn't have someone, that 30,000 would go. My question is, will we be able to find someone in that price range for a position for that? But overall, I like what's been presented, and I think we should move forward with it. And I also see that you've attached something regarding the garden as well. And the funding for that, is that to come out of that budget as well?
No, I would think that funding for the garden, that would come from the budget that we created the first of the year to have extra funds in there for other activities.
Thank you.
If the I didn't realize that 30,000 was in there, and if we didn't have a person in that position, it was just going toward the overall recreation. So obviously we could use that, and 30,000. It may not be enough to get somebody full time, but it may have to start off somebody being part time that did this kind of job. I don't know. I don't know what the normal salary would be for somebody to take on leadership role of that.
I would say that would be a lower salary. What you could look at, if you guys would talk about it more and do something, you have the 30,000. If you hired someone, say, at the end of the first quarter, then you'd really only have to cover 6 months before you'd have an opportunity to go back and rebudget in the upcoming budget year. So you could reallocate it. So you could take that 30 and spread it over a partial year.
My other thing, I do have a question, is that we, at some point in time, we did hire someone in that price range. Was it in that price range, Mr. Gay?
It was.
Okay. So we can at least, I would like to make a suggestion that we at least put some advertisement out there and see what type of response we get back.
Brian, I'm unmuted now, and I tried to speak a while ago, but I was going to come through. I thought the 30,000 was involved in helping pay some of the auxiliary help that we've got out there now.
I don't think so, because we have additional amounts in that budget to pay, like for Woodbury and Luthersville and Manchester for the gym. I know Randy and I think the guy in Luthersville, and
Right.
also Bill said it was a salary in there for someone in Greenville also, and that's on a separate line item.
I still think
I
we need to have additional conversations amongst all of us in a work session to get more specifics down. Not trying to really put it off, but I'm not comfortable making a decision today on the recommendations, because it is a recommendation and therefore it's open for us to discuss, but I think we need further discussion.
Well, and like Mr. Gay said, if you started it into the new year a little bit, then you wouldn't have a whole year, and you might stand a better chance of getting someone for the 30,000, and then they'll give us an opportunity to increase it when the new budget comes along, if that's what we want to do. So if you, let's see, what we're in the 3rd month of the new budget. So if you did it in the 1st quarter, you basically would have, like you said, have about 6 months that you could use the 30,000 to try to get someone.
That'll allow you to be able to have dollars to cover both the salary cost and the benefit cost as well.
Benefit.
And I would like to have just in January, not at the first meeting, but somewhere three weeks in or so, I'd like to really have a work session if the board doesn't mind, because I want to kind of outline our goals for the year. And, so I know I've been talking to each of you about that. I have not had a chance to put that together, but that would be something that I really would like to do early in the year, where we can kind of jump start on 2021.
Is that in reference to this proposal, or just the work session as far as the goals and things that was discussed earlier? Are these two separate things you're discussing here?
What it would be is I would want to have that work session. And since you guys are talking about discussing this, it could fit into that as well, because that would be a major move forward in terms of recreation.
I mean, that sounds good to me. Like I said, because we do need to discuss it. We don't usually make a decision that quickly. Not when we got to get the money together, make sure where the money, how much we're going to offer, or get they did give us some idea as far as job description here. And it may need to, if this person works with Vic, it might be helpful to have him or somebody involved in that to finalize a job description as well, if he's going to be more like, or he or she is going to be an assistant or something like that.
So hearing all of this, I'd like to go ahead and make a recommendation that we table this until after our work session in January. And I do place that in the form of a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
What's that?
I give you a second on that.
All right, motion and a second. All in favor, me, yay, Buster,
Yay.
Shirley,
Yay.
Mary,
Yay.
and Beth.
Yay.
All right, motion carries. Thank you.
I want to say I really like the idea of the garden.
Yeah. And if it's done right, it can be very successful.
Yes.
So thank you, Ms. Mary.
Okay, that garden was not included in that motion, was it? That was just the recommendation for the director. That second recommendation was for the garden. So you have
So
two recommendations.
It was all put in one form. Okay.
No, it's two. You got a proposal for the garden, and then item 2 was the recommendation for the garden.
Well, let me ask you this. If we approve and I feel like the director will be approved. I don't think that's going to be an issue there. It's just getting the logistics worked out. But if we do the garden and for some reason that didn't happen, who would oversee the garden?
Well, right now we have a chairperson that's over the garden. But
okay.
So, even if the director is not approved right now, if we could get the garden approved, then we could go into effect, because this is something that needs to get started. We wanted to try to get it started right away.
Yeah, I don't have, I'll make a motion to approve the garden.
I second that.
Who seconded?
Commissioner Hines.
All right, hold on. I'm writing all this down just in case Beverly, I see her on, but I just want to make sure. All right, so to approve the garden for the Recreation Advisory Board, we have a motion by Commissioner Hadley, a second by Commissioner Hines. All in favor, Commissioner Hadley?
Yay.
Commissioner Hines?
Yay.
Commissioner McCoy?
Yay.
Myself, yay. And Commissioner Bray?
Yay.
All right, motion carries. All in favor. Thank you. All right, item number 2 under new business, discuss continued lease of mobile homes and buildings on Heather Lane. Mr. Gay?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I had met with the occupants of Heather Lane, and they wanted to do some work, pretty extensive work on the kitchen area and some other things on the clubhouse. I don't really know that I haven't had a chance to get back with them and talk to them about it. What I would recommend that we do is and ask you guys to just approve continuation of a lease on a month-to-month basis until I can meet with them again, see what their plans are, talk to you guys about what the future plans are, and bring back to you either a 12-month or more lease. But in the meantime, what I'd like to ask is that the board simply just allow us to continue that existing lease on a month-to-month basis, and I will meet with them and bring back to a future meeting. Probably will be after January 1, but I'll bring back some new information and see where we want to go on the future lease of those facilities. So I would just really, it expires, I think, at the end of this year. And what I'd like to do is just ask you guys to extend it or allow us to extend it on a month-to-month basis.
Any commissioners have any discussion?
It's fine with me.
So hearing none, do I have a motion?
So moved.
All right, then. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, have a motion and a second. All in favor, Commissioner Hadley?
Yay.
Commissioner McCoy?
Yay.
Commissioner Hines?
Yay.
Commissioner Bray?
Yay.
And myself, yay. Motion carries. All in favor. All right, item number 3, Liberty Utilities request for amendment to 2008 Intergovernmental Agreement on Gas Operations for Hogansville, Manchester, Meriwether County.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, as all of you know, Liberty has been operating the natural gas system in the Meriwether County Industrial Park since they purchased City of Manchester's gas system in 2018. And we have an agreement with them. It's an intergovernmental agreement that exists between the City of Manchester, Meriwether County, and Hogansville. One of the things that's been a point of contention for a long time with the system is that the metering point was not where it was originally intended to be. It was supposed to be at the county line. And as it turned out, for some reason, it got placed back over into Hogansville. And there's always been a section of the line that really was owned by the county that was in Troup County and in the city of Hogansville that existed from the meter to the county line. Well, Liberty Utilities is proposing, and this is a 3-party agreement. I talked to one of their officials yesterday, and they have not received any. The amendments have not been approved by the other 2 parties, but what they're asking is for an amendment to allow them to be able to go in, and it would be at their cost, and to move that metering point to the county line where it should have been all along. They actually have a small repair they're going to have to do at some point in the future. And what they wanted to do is just simply install the meter there. That way, the line that's been in question all these years can be dedicated back to Hogansville, and Hogansville can do whatever they need to do in terms of serving customers or whatever off of that line. We'll have a clear metering point as to when the gas comes into Meriwether County, and we'll be able to, to meter that. They will, and they'll be able to hopefully expand services, which is what they would like to do. And they can expand services without having to guess what the metering amount of gas that comes into Meriwether County is. Right now, this other line in limbo kind of puts everybody in a peculiar position. This is something that City of Hogansville has asked for in the past, and this would be done by Liberty at no cost to us. And I presented that to you today. We really would like to have this wrapped up and completed in terms of the contracts, at least by the end of the year. So I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have. And again, it's not been approved by Manchester. I think they're still looking at it. And it's not yet been approved by Hogansville, but I know that the Liberty Utilities has had conversations with both parties.
And honestly, I think it's the only way that we can be or as close to accurate as possible on this.
It should have been there all along.
Right.
It really should have. And the plan showed it there. And I know that Vice Chairman McCoy and myself have met with Public Service Commission and others to talk about this quite a while ago. And so this is something to me that's moving in the right direction, and I would certainly say it's a good thing.
So do we need to go ahead and make a decision on our end today, and then it's really contingent upon the other two decision makers?
I would say that's right. I would say that I know that our county attorney, I have provided him with a copy. I would say let's approve it for signature based upon his final legal review. Okay.
Any commissioners have any?
Brian, I do have a comment on that. It looks like to me it's very evident this is no cost to Meriwether County. It's merely readjusting or juggling the contract, however you want to use the term. So with that being said, I would move we go ahead with the contract and allow you to sign it.
And you put that in a form of a motion?
I did. That is my motion.
All right. So we have a motion, but do we have any discussion by any commissioner?
I do have a question. Would they have to go through the Public Commission office? I mean, if it was initially scheduled to be on Meriwether side, do they have to go and get any approval before they make this move?
You mean by the Public Service Commission?
Yes.
I would think not.
Okay.
This is where their records show it is anyway.
Okay.
Public Service Commission.
Okay.
But if they did, we would make Liberty be the responsible party for doing that.
All right. So the motion that Commissioner Mccoy just did, and you also state that in that motion, we need to say pending on our attorney looking over this as well? Didn't I hear you say something like that? Okay.
It was.
And we do that anyway with contracts, but I just mentioned that as part of the motion.
So amended.
Okay.
Right. Any other commissioners? Hearing none, we have a motion to move forward with the recommendation from Mr. Gay and to allow signature after the review by attorney and the okay from legal. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All right. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, Commissioner McCoy?
Aye.
Commissioner Hines?
Yay.
Commissioner Bray?
Yay.
Commissioner Hadley?
Yay.
And myself, yay. So motion carries, all in favor. Next item on under new business is appointment to fill unexpired term on IDA District 4. That is my district. I had actually been appointed there when we could not find someone in my area. However, I have found someone that I think will be a great asset. He has a background in engineering, travels all over the country for his company. And that person that I would like to recommend is Danny Hosey. So I do put that in the form of a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Hold on, Buster. All in favor? Myself, yay. Buster?
Yay.
Commissioner Hines?
Yay.
Commissioner Bray?
Yay.
And Commissioner Hadley?
Yay.
All right, thank you. Motion carries. All in favor. Next item under new business, number 5, is proclamation for Janice Chatham.
Chatham.
You just need me to read all of these, Mr. Gay?
Yes, sir. Just, I think they're probably going to be pretty similar. These are just employees that are retiring, and
All
we
right.
had hoped to be in a scenario where we have them there. So, yes, sir, if you don't mind.
I don't mind if y'all can bear with my southern slang. All right. So a proclamation to recognize Janice M. Chatham for her outstanding service to the citizens of Meriwether County upon her retirement from the office of Superior Court Clerk. Whereas Janice M. Chatham has provided 28 years of service to the citizens of Meriwether County while working in the capacity of Deputy Clerk in the office of Superior Court Clerk. And whereas Janice M. Chatham is an extraordinary, hardworking employee, loving mother of a son and 2 daughters, and grandmother to 3 grandchildren, great-grandmother to 1 great-grandson, and a great-granny to 6 cats. Whereas Janice M. Chatham is a member of the Greenville United Methodist Church and a generous helper in the community who enjoys watching her hummingbirds, her soap operas, and fellowship with friends. And now be it proclaimed by the Meriwether County Board of Commissioners on the 9th day of December 2020 that Janice M. Chatham be and is hereby recognized and commended for her outstanding service to the citizens of Meriwether County upon the occasion of her retirement as Deputy Clerk on October 30th, 2020, and be it proclaimed further that the Meriwether County Board of Commissioners does hereby extend its best wishes to Ms. Janice M. Chatham following her retirement from the office of Superior Clerk. And we will all sign that for her, and thank you very much for your service to this county and to the citizens. All right, that's item number 5. We will move on to item number 6, proclamation for Judy Leddit. A proclamation to recognize Judy S. Leddit, and I hope I'm saying that right, for her outstanding service to the citizens of Meriwether County upon her retirement from the office of Superior Court Clerk. Whereas Judy S. Leddit has provided 9 years of service to the citizens of Meriwether County while working in the capacity of Deputy Clerk in the office of Superior Court Clerk. And whereas Judy S. Leddit is an extraordinary, hardworking employee, loving mother of 5 children and grandmother to 5 grandchildren. Whereas Judy S. Leddit is a member of the Grace Covenant Church in Hogansville and a generous helper in her community who enjoys playing golf, fellowship with friends, and spending time at the beach. Now it be proclaimed by the Meriwether, if y'all please put your systems on mute. It keeps interrupting. Now be it proclaimed the Meriwether County Board of Commissioners on the 9th day of December 2020 that Judy S. Leddit and is hereby recognized and commended for her outstanding service to the citizens of Meriwether County upon the occasion of her retirement as Deputy Clerk on December 31st, 2020. And be it proclaimed further that the Meriwether County Board of Commissioners does hereby extend its best wishes to Mrs. Judy S. Leddit following her retirement from the office of Superior Court Clerk. And again, we will all sign this. And Ms. Leddit, thank you for your service once again to the county and to the citizens of this county. Item number 7 is proclamation for Tim Huff. A proclamation to recognize Tim Huff for his outstanding service to the citizens of Meriwether County upon his retirement from the tax assessor's office. Whereas Tim Huff served the citizens of Meriwether County for 29 years in the tax assessor's office and retired from the position of tax appraiser 2. For many years, Tim also delivered mail to several office buildings where he is always made a point to greet everyone with a big smile and a friendly hello. And whereas Tim Huff is a devoted husband to his wife, Gail, and a loving father to his daughter, Lainey, and her husband, Gray, and to his grandchildren, Cole and Reagan. And whereas Tim Huff was a former member of the Greenville Kiwanis Club and is a longtime member of Jones Chapel Church in Woodbury, where he serves as deacon. And whereas Tim Huff enjoys time with his family, working in his yard, fishing, and spending time with his old home at his old home place in Cleveland, Georgia, and now be it proclaimed by the Meriwether County Board of Commissioners on the 9th day of December 2020 that Tim Huff be and is hereby recognized and commended for his outstanding service to the citizens of Meriwether County upon the occasion of his retirement as Tax Appraiser 2 on September 7th, 2020. And be it proclaimed further that Meriwether County Board of Commissioners do hereby extend their best wishes to Tim Huff following his retirement from the Meriwether County Tax Assessor's Office. And we will all sign that. And Tim, if you're on, I don't think you are, thank you for all the years of service to the county and to the citizens of this county. All right, item number 8, proclamation for Bruce Mccoy. We should have divided this up. A proclamation to recognize Bruce Mccoy for his outstanding service to the citizens of Meriwether County upon his retirement from Public Works. Whereas Bruce McCoy served the citizens of Meriwether County for 17 years in the Public Works Department and retired from the position of Operator 1. And whereas Bruce McCoy is a loving father to his 3 daughters, Heather McCoy, Kay Tesh, Robbie, and Tiffany McCoy, and is the grandfather to his 4 grandchildren, Michaela, Morgan, Dylan, and Serenity. Bruce holds a special place in his heart for his late son, Jonathan. And whereas Bruce McCoy is a longtime member of the Bethel Baptist Church in Rocky Mount, and whereas Bruce McCoy has enjoyed many years of being able to work with his hands and work outside, he also learned how to take small engines apart and repair them as a young boy. And now it be proclaimed by the Meriwether County Board of Commissioners on the 9th day of December 2020 that Bruce McCoy be and is hereby recognized and commended for his outstanding service to the citizens of Meriwether County upon the occasion of his retirement from Meriwether County as Operator 1 on September 25th, 2020, and be it proclaimed further that the Meriwether County Board of Commissioners do hereby extend their best wishes to Bruce McCoy following his retirement. And once again, we will all sign. And Bruce, if you are listening, thank you for your service to the county as well as to all the citizens of Meriwether County. Any commissioners want to make any comments?
For Bruce McCoy, unfortunately, it's sad to know that his retirement was very short. He passed away, and so our thoughts and prayers are with him, with his family. As a retiree, it's a blessing to put time in on a job and then have time to experience and do things that you always want to do once you leave a job. But he had such a short time after retiring from the county, so I just
thank you, Shirley. Thank you. I
Well,
wish that I wouldn't have made some of the comments, so thank you. I forgot about that.
That's okay. Thank you.
have we got the name crossed up there?
Do we have the name crossed?
Yes. What was the
Who
name
is
of
this,
the
Bruce?
person who died?
Is it was Richard?
Richard is the man who died. Richard, yeah,
Okay, not Bruce.
not Bruce.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry.
No problem.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Just want to say thank you. I'd like to say thank you to the employees for these long years of service. That's really not, you don't really see that this day and time. A lot of people don't stay in one place. And when you're talking 20, almost 30 years of service, I do appreciate it.
Anyone else? All right. Thank you very much. That completes new business. We will move on to report from our finance director, Mr. Beal.
Mr. Chair, I emailed the finance reports to y'all yesterday afternoon. I hope you got them. County bank balances look good. General fund 2.2 million plus another 1 million in the local government investment pool. So we're really strong there, and we should have a couple of million come in from property tax before the end of the year. On the property tax, we're up to 1.2 million, almost 1.3 million collected, and we'll, of course, add to that before the end of the year. That's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Thank you. Any commissioners have any questions for Mr. Beal? Okay, thank you. We'll move on to next item, report from County Administrator. Mr. Gay?
Yes, hey. Yes, thank you. It's been kind of an unusual period of time for the end of November and 1st of December here. But I have tried to work remotely in that period of time. I did attend by Zoom water and sewers work session, water and sewers regular meeting, tried to address the emails as they come into the office. I followed up with staff on a daily basis, a couple times a day on various topics. I checked on the LiDAR mapping, which would give us topo to see where that stands. Still has not been completed, but I will be working back on with them. I talked to a couple different groups who are interested in development. We have a developer who is interested in a pretty substantial subdivision development. I've not had an opportunity to meet with them, but I do know the engineer that's working on that. I'm going to be reaching back out to him. And I just want to thank everybody for the support I've had during the last few weeks, and I appreciate everybody working with me. Appreciate all our staff has done to step up in the meantime and make sure everything is continuing to move forward. And I'll have any questions the board has. I'll be happy to answer anything I can.
Any commissioners have any questions for Mr. Gay? All right, hearing none, we'll move to the next item, and that is a report from county commissioners. Commissioner Hines?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Commissioner Bray?
I don't have anything.
Commissioner Hadley?
I don't have anything.
Commissioner McCoy?
Nothing, Brian.
And I'll make it even across the board and nothing either. So we'll move on to the next item, which is report from the county attorney.
Nothing to report, Mr. Chairman.
We do have need for executive session, is that correct?
Mr. Gay?
Can y'all hear me?
We can.
Okay, great. Yeah, I have two things in executive session. Neither of them has to have a decision. It's just really just information only. So we could either go into that. One is personnel and one is real estate. We could either go into executive session, or I could call everybody individually. They're relatively minor items that I just wanted to inform you guys on. So either way the board wants to do it, we can either do it by executive session, or I could give you guys a call. Shouldn't take 5 minutes to cover the topic with each of you.
Okay, what's the pleasure of the board? Do y'all just want Mr. Gay to give us a call?
It seems like it'd be
I'd go with that. Give a call.
Go ahead, Beth.
It sounds like it'd be quicker on Mr. Gay's part if we just met, if it's just two brief things. Otherwise, he's got to make 5 calls, and we know he has got a lot on his plate right now. But I mean,
So I agree. So let's go ahead and do executive session for personnel and real estate. To have let me go ahead and make a couple of announcements. We didn't have any sign up for public comment, so we'll go. We do have executive session for personnel and real estate. Future meetings, we will hold the December 22nd regular meeting at 6 p.m. We'll have a couple of public hearings come before us on that. December 24th through 25th, the offices will be closed, and January 1st, 2021, closed for New Year's Day. So do I have a motion to go into executive session for personnel and real estate?
So move.
All right. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
second, and don't we have a separate link to go in for it?
We do. So we'll need to log out of this and then log back in. So I have a motion by Commissioner Bray, a second by Commissioner Hadley. All in favor, Commissioner Bray?
Yay.
Commissioner Hadley?
Yay.
Commissioner Hines?
Yay.
You already logged it. Oh, okay.
No, yeah.
Okay, I got you. Commissioner McCoy?
Yay.
And myself, yay. So we are in executive session. Motion carries.
Mr.
at
Chairman, I don't have a
9:51.
link. Mr. Chairman, I don't have a separate link for executive session.
I'll send it to you right now, Nathan.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't see mine either.
Brian, was the second link included in the original email? Oh, well.